Okay, so this incident occurred to me, to be exact, 2 years ago. Before we shifted in our own house, I used to stay at a society. And since it was a society, there were many friends and families, aunties and uncles. Not forgetting to mention that all of them were equally kind and helpful. By the way, Karthik uncle was my absolute favorite uncle. After all, he used to pamper me a lot, like dere nahi. But the only thing that irritated me was I don't like animals. In fact, I hate them. And every single person of the society used to talk about animals and how cute they look. I personally had seen many animals like dogs and cats licking their own bodies, and they had even chased me without any reason. That's not cute at all. Now, days passed by, and it was a day when I was out to play badminton with my friends. And oh, yes, I forget to introduce about that dog. The dog of the society, the apples of Karthik uncle's eye. His name was Sam. People say that he is very innocent. I personally don't think so. Yes, it was a day when I was out to play badminton with my friends, and that dog was constantly staring at me. Something like this. Wait, is he staring at me? If so, he can't, because I am a human and he is a stupid four legged creature. He even can be compared with me. They are better in circus, no? Yes, animals are better in circus. That's what I used to think about animals before. After I completed my words, Karthik uncle all of a sudden started saying all those good stuff, so called, about that dog. Yes, that stupid dog. But who cares? Now, time passed by and my 12th birthday arrived. Yay, my 12th birthday. Come on, who does not get excited for their own birthdays? I was also very excited for my 12th birthday because we were having a youth party at our home and everybody was there. My family members were there, my relatives were there, my neighbors were there, and my best friend Neha was there, actually childhood best friend, and she grew taller than me though. Now, of course, the party was awesome. The party was so good. We had a lot of fun. We drank a lot of cold drinks and then sang songs and played those fun games of truth and dares and so on. And after the party was almost over, it was my favorite part, unwrapping the gifts. And I think everybody in this planet loves unwrapping their gifts, their birthday gifts, and so do I. So I was very excited to open those gifts. And fortunately, thankfully, every gifts were so good. They were awesome, except for the gift of Neha. She gifted me an elephant. No, not the real one, just a toy animal. But that was an animal. And that was enough for me to hate that toy, that stupid gift. I don't want to make Neha sad, so with a fake and forced smile on my face, I said, "Wow, Neha, your gift is actually so good. You totally get me." She was like, "Oh, really? Thank you so much. I'm so happy that you loved my gift." She was glad that I loved her gift, but I personally know how much I hate that toy. Now, after the party was completely over, after everyone went home, I went to my room with all of my gifts, and first thing, trust me, first thing that caught my eyes was that stupid gift of Neha, that toy animal, that toy elephant, and I picked it up and said, "Hey you, yes you come here. I don't like you, okay? But it was nice meeting you. Bye." And I threw it. Now you guys probably know how much I hate animals. However, the party was good, party was fine, it was okay. Next day, I saw Sam staring at me, something like this. Again. I don't know why, but whenever I saw that dog, I used to hate him more and more and more and more, like this much. And from the next day, I started torturing him. I started beating him with a stick. I started thrashing him. I had even poked his eyes. And I'm very proud of it, by the way. And I saw him crying. I saw tears in his eyes. But that doesn't stop me from torturing that stupid dog. And days passed by. I was still torturing that dog. I was still having fun. He was still bearing those so-called pains and torture that I gave it to him. And one day I was out for a walk, just a random one, and as usual, he was staring at me. In fact, I should say he was looking at me that day. And that day, I felt something in his eyes. I saw tears in his eyes before, but that day, I actually felt his tears. That day, I felt his pain. And before I could utter a word, before I could say something, he ran from the colony very fast, like very fast. And I was shocked. But never mind. After a few hours, when everybody started noticing his absence, everybody pointed at me. This girl, this mischievous girl, because of you, Sam is out of the colony. Where is Sama? Where is Sam? What? He left the colony because it was his choice, right? It was his choice to get out of the colony, not mine. It was his fault, not mine. And Karthik uncle, just don't look at me like that, okay? That's so rude. And by the way, he's an animal. He'll come back. Chill. And I left. But that day, I was somewhere guilty. This much. Yeah. That evening, I went to have street foods. Street foods are awesome. I love street foods. I went to have street foods all alone. I don't want to share street foods, by the way. And you cannot believe what I saw. I saw Sam in his worst condition ever. I saw Sam, like he was covered with those mud and dust, and his skin was full of scars, and he was crying. He was in the street. He was looking like a street dog rather than a pet. And that was the time when I realized my mistake. He left the colony because I was not comfortable with him. He left the colony because I don't like animals. And what I did to him, I tortured him as much as I can. How can I be so rude? After all, he's a living being. I am a living being, and I can't do that. I have a heart, right? Do I? But no. Enough was enough. I went to him, picked him up, said sorry to him, and he was like shaking his tail, something like this. That was actually cute, and that was the first time I felt Sam was cute. Now I picked him up and went to the colony and apologized with every single person, because I felt because of me they have to bear a lot of drama in the society, and everybody forgave me. That's so good. And you know the best part? I still have that dog. I'm sorry. I still have that elephant, that toy elephant. You remember the Neha gifted? Yes, that one. I still have that, and whenever I see that toy elephant, that gift of Neha, I feel like smiling. I smile like an idiot because that reminds me of something. A dog, an animal, changed my perspective towards an animal. And how good is that? I'm very glad to say that yes, a dog changed my perspective. And from that day, I always respect animals, not only Sam, not only other dogs, not only cats. I respect every single animal, and I actually feel they are quite cute. Thank you.